I broke silly European laws in front of police.
Breaking the law in front of 3 French police officers.
Buongiorno.
And getting away with it.
I have no idea I'm back.
And it's
I feel like people break the law in front of police officers all the time, and 90% of the time, if they're not actively causing danger to someone, speeding or waving a gun around in public, then the police are just like, all right, whatever.
one of many silly European laws that I'm going to be breaking over the next 48 hours. But why? Well, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know I'm a bit of a bad boy.
Alright, let's go sneak into the aquarium.
But thus far, I've only broken laws in the United Kingdom, and that's not good enough. I want to be the most wanted man in the whole of Europe. Because when you break laws internationally, you get your picture on this lovely website. So over the next 48 hours, I'll be breaking 10 laws in 10 European countries to hopefully become the most wanted criminal of all time. In order to pull this off within 2 days, I'll need immaculate planning, incredible patience, and a GCSE in French.
Un bijou?
And if it all goes to plan, I'll finish my rule breaking with a crime so audacious that it might actually put me behind bars. The crime spree begins and the time starts now.
I feel like most laws that are silly laws actually have like a good reason behind them. I used to live in Kentucky, and it is illegal to have an ice cream cone in your back pocket there, which sounds silly until you realize it's because people would steal horses that way. You put your ice cream cone in your back pocket and then walk by a horse who then wants to get the sugary treat and will follow you home. And that's how you would steal horses and be like, oh, the horse followed me home. And it was becoming an issue with people doing that, so it became illegal. And then also sound like in Switzerland, it's illegal to slam your car door. And you're like, that's dumb. But then you realize it's only illegal to slam your car door after 10 p.m. And that sounds like a great law to me. Just like, brother, keep the peace.
I'm about to get the train to Europe in 5 minutes. Before we do that, I thought we could break the first law here in the UK, where it's illegal to handle a salmon under suspicious circumstances.
It's time to get suspicious.
It's illegal
What
to
does it
handle
say? It shall be unlawful for any person to handle a salmon in circumstances that are deemed suspicious. That's got to be because people were smuggling salmon or smuggling drugs inside of salmon, so they needed some way for police just to be able to search everyone's salmon.
salmon under suspicious circumstances.
It's time to get suspicious.
With some time to kill before my train, I thought I'd give Sally the salmon a tour of the station in a completely normal way. That definitely didn't make me look like a suspicious fish criminal.
Yes, it's a real salmon.
He doesn't really look like a criminal. He looks like he's so high that he thinks the salmon is a baby that he's holding on to.
Where'd you get it from?
The fishmongers. I'm being a very bad boy because it's illegal to handle a salmon suspiciously in the UK.
Are you advertising a fish restaurant?
And like the bad boy I am, I
It does seem like a marketing stunt. I'm on her side.
was getting away with my first crime without a problem.
Do you think I'm being particularly suspicious?
No, I don't think people think you're suspicious.
Obviously, news of my naughtiness had got around, because as I was finishing my salmon session, Pharrell decided to get out of a taxi right in front of me. His entourage have no idea whether I'm some sort of odd protest or giving him a leaving presence as he left the UK.
The security guard just turned around to work out whether he should have a word with me.
Either way, I thought that was enough to call my crime 1 complete, thus starting my journey to the continent.
This is what the law.
There's definitely a crazy story behind not being allowed to carry salmon around suspiciously. I'm thinking salmon smuggling drug rings or like laws around how many fish you can catch, but then people were breaking it, so they needed a reason to be able to search people that had a bunch of salmon.
international. Right, this is the plan.
With the UK checked off, I have 9 more laws to break, all within the next 48 hours. I'm going to need to keep to a meticulously planned schedule if I'm going to make the final country in time, where I hope to commit the maddest crime of the lot.
Next stop, Belgium.
If I was going to keep to the plan,
Go.
I would need to break my Belgium crime and then be on my way to country number 3 in less than 1 hour.
The only thing I know about Belgium is chocolate that's really good and waffles. And I honestly don't even know if Belgian waffles are Belgian or if it's like French fries and French toast where they just stick the word French in front of it because Americans think everything French, I suppose, is exquisite.
So we need some transport.
Criminals get tired too. Getaway car. So many crimes going to get committed in this bad boy. Go, 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 go. Allez. We are in Belgium.
Finally on the road, next stop was the centre of Brussels, where I was meeting a man about a bird.
Hello. Nice to meet you. What have you got in here?
I got 2 pigeons with me.
Yep, that's right, because in Belgium it's illegal for a foreigner to have a pigeon as a pet.
Authorization to keep pigeons shall be refused to foreigners unless they hold special permission from the Minister of Justice. Again, I think this probably makes sense. I'm sure a rich person was coming in or a bunch of rich people were coming in and buying up tons of pigeons for like pigeon fighting or carrier pigeon businesses, or like something absurd was happening with rich people coming into the country and wanting to have a bunch of pigeons. And so the government was like, you gotta stop. And so they cut him off from it.
Unless you have the permission from the Minister of Justice.
So, off me and my new pal went, searching for the minister. I didn't want their permission, I just wanted to rub it in their face.
Hello guys, sorry, is the palace open at all?
I feel like that's the most real question. He's walking over to someone holding a pigeon. That would be my first question too, is what are you doing with the pigeon?
Un pigeon? This is my pet pigeon. I'm trying to get permission.
Keep it in the streets.
Yeah, no, this is my pigeon.
Fortunately, his security team pointed me in the right direction.
Okay, thank you. Do they have a doorbell? Anyone know the Minister of Justice? Guys, can I come in?
But had all this faff caught the eye of the law?
I hear the police.
What a derpy looking police car. I'm sorry. That's it's just a box truck that they slapped a couple of sirens on. That's so funny. You wouldn't be able to tell it was a police car unless the sirens were on.
Thank God they didn't stop.
After that narrow escape, I better get a move on.
Right, aha. This is the Minister of Justice's office.
At last, I found the office, and nothing could stand in my way.
Ah, I think he's closed.
Blast. That meant only one thing.
Well, I tried to find the Minister of Justice to get permission. He wasn't there, so I guess I'm breaking the law. Right, I've got to get to my next country. Oh, God.
With the Rozzers closing in, it was time to hit the
I'm
road.
surprised it didn't poop on.
Bloody Tom.
Crime
There you
number
go.
2 in the books, but with the clock still ticking, I whizzed off in the getaway car to commit crime number 3.
Next, the Netherlands, where it is illegal to read someone else's texts.
Any person who has the intention of unlawfully eavesdropping on or recording a conversation, telecommunications, or other type of data transfer by a computerized device shall be liable to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 1 year. Again, I don't know if this counts as a silly law, right? Because it's illegal to look at other people's text messages. That makes perfect sense to me. Like, I don't want other people reading my text messages. I have no issue with that being illegal because you just kind of become a public nuisance doing that.
So I've got some binoculars and an extra long lens, and it's time for me to get my snoop on. Right, who's on that phone?
Armed with a super sneaky zoom lens for my phone,
He looks so suspicious here. Like he's a really bad private eye stalking someone.
I immediately started spying on the people of the Netherlands.
Run away, run away.
But after my first few snoops, I noticed a slight issue with my plan. Despite being proudly half Dutch, I don't speak the language.
I am reading people's texts. The only problem is that all the texts are in Dutch. No idea what they say.
But that won't stop an international criminal like me. So I decided to look up the translation of "What do your messages say?" in Dutch, just in case I got caught.
Imagine getting arrested for this, where someone who works for law enforcement in one of these countries, their kid sees the video and sends it to their dad, who's like, all right, well, we're going to issue an international arrest warrant and see if we can get you extradited to our country where we're going to charge you with this criminal. That would be crazy. I mean, it would make for an outstanding YouTube video, but that would be so funny if he actually got arrested for that.
Only to immediately get it wrong moments later.
Wat zeg jij? Beminthen? Messages in Dutch?
This guy's just like, what the are you doing, man? Like, go away. What? Walking up behind people in an alley and trying to speak another language and it coming out as gibberish is kind of a wild play. If that was this guy, I'd be like, am I getting mugged right now? And I just don't know it.
Berichten.
Dat mag jij helemaal niet zien. Dat mag...
He's just like, what are you doing? Go away.
That was the most awful interaction I've ever had in my entire life. Although I did see something on his phone.
It was all going swimmingly, and I was well ahead of schedule, but that was all about to change in
Germany, where it's against the law to use a pillow as a weapon.
A pillow may, for the purposes of German law, be classified as a passive weapon. Accordingly, attacking another person with a pillow may constitute the offense of assault. It's like that in America, though, isn't it? If I hit someone with a pillow, isn't that technically assault? Well, we gotta check this now. In the US, hitting someone with a pillow is illegal if it constitutes criminal assault or battery, depending on the circumstance. While a casual, mutually agreed upon pillow fight is unlikely to lead to charges, the act becomes a crime if it is aggressive, unwelcome, or done with malicious intent, which I feel like is probably the case almost anywhere. If I start walking around to like old ladies crossing the street and just beating them with a pillow, like obviously I'm gonna be charged with that. That's kind of crazy. There's also just the general public nuisance aspect of it. Like if a police officer saw me hitting people with pillows, he might be like, I'm just gonna put him in jail for the night. Like this is crazy.
Time for some pillow fights. I've got 2 pillows, one for me, one for my opponent. I basically need to find somebody who's happy to hit me in the face with a pillow. Shouldn't be too hard.
Boy was I wrong, as it seemed I was in a town full of pacifists. Because unlike the 1940s, these Germans were not up for a fight with a Brit.
Saying unlike the 1940s, these Germans were not up for a fight with a Brit is absolutely wild.
Do you want a pillow fight? Hello. Kissenschlacht? Kissenschlacht? Kissenschlacht?
That means pillow fight in German, by the way.
Okay. The most polite invitation for a fight ever. Hello, would you like to fight?
I might be likely to take him up on the pillow fight because this is like one of the least intimidating people imaginable. There's no world in which he hits particularly hard. He's 150 pounds soaking wet.
Seemed jovial, but this was a genuine problem. I was now 28 minutes in the red. But weirdly, it seems like pillow fights are much like London buses. You wait for hours for one, and then they finally hit you.
I feel like all you have to do is find a young dude in college who'd just be like, heck yeah, I'll pillow fight with a random guy. That sounds awesome.
As I found the Germans couldn't resist the chance to get back on us Brits. The childhood trauma came flooding back.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
And cushion blow after cushion blow, I was taking quite the battering.
Pillow as a weapon is illegal. So, oh my god.
Oh my
I was
God.
just explaining what the law was to my previous competitor, and someone stole the pillow out from under my arm, and they just started beating me over the...
See, technically they could charge this guy with it, right? Because he, without having been invited, grabbed a pillow and started using it as a weapon. This guy could definitely be charged. He could be arrested in this video.
head with it. It's a surprise attack.
Despite now feeling vulnerable and mildly concussed, I still had one last fight.
Hello.
No way he challenges the police officers.
Excuse me. Would you like a Kissenschlacht?
You can ask my supervisor.
Oh yeah? Nothing to see here. I was walking into a
I feel like his German was so bad that they didn't know what he was saying, so they were like, just go to the police station, they'll have a translator for you.
police station and ask if they want a pillow fight.
The Germans didn't want the smoke.
There's literally no one here.
But I could still count this law broken. But I'd spent too much time in
I'm a
Germany.
little bit behind schedule, so I need to get back to the car as soon as possible. Light is fading, unfortunately, and move on to Luxembourg.
13 hours are on the clock currently, and I've done 4 countries. Although I was behind schedule, thank goodness for Luxembourg, where it's legal to have no windscreen, but illegal to have no windscreen wipers.
It's unlawful to operate a motor vehicle without windscreen wipers that are fully functional. Again, this seems like it makes sense. It's really dangerous to like drive through the rain or the snow or sleet or, you know, any other inclement weather without windshield wipers. So this just seems like a good law to keep everyone on the road safe.
Relax and enjoy whilst I take these off.
Now, at the time, I thought I was being incredibly naughty, but now looking back over the footage, I have no idea why I thought this would be entertaining in any way. Therefore, let me supplement this particular crime with some brain rot.
Ta-da! I did a mad thing. Let's go drive through Luxembourg to get to France.
Now, in an illegal vehicle, I drove late into the night to make up some time and arrived into France for the following morning. I had pre-planned with a bakery that I would be working the morning shift. What I hadn't told them, however, was that I would be turning up completely binned.
It's day 2. I'm in Metz, France, and the crime is that it's illegal to get drunk at work unless it's on wine.
So by downing vodka and Jägermeister, I'd be firmly breaking the law.
You think this was just like some aristocrat who was mad that the local bakery that he normally goes to had a dude that was drunk serving him and like dropped his food or something? He had a bad Tuesday morning when he was just trying to get his donut and the goofball behind the counter was plastered at 9 a.m. So he's like, okay, fine. It's illegal now. Nobody gets to do it.
Why am I doing this?
I polished off my final bevy and began my commute.
I am drunk. Bonjour.
I was feeling somewhat tipsy, but at least I hid it well, just as well as it was time for work.
Bonjour.
And to help me secure my job, I may have told a teeny tiny white lie.
Oui. Ah, BBC. Le BBC.
Please don't judge me.
Oui.
So he told them that he was working for the BBC doing a documentary about being drunk in a bakery. How would you fall for that? Just Google him.
BBC.
For my shift, all I needed to do was to serve the fine French people their breakfast without getting fired or arrested.
Bonjour. Une baguette? Ah, deux?
Non, il faut la couper en deux.
Ah, coupé en deux. Hoppa.
Which would be easy if I wasn't absolutely steaming.
Merci, bonne journée. Merci, madame. Merci, monsieur. Just called him madame.
My shift was nearly over, and I was very close to getting away with another crime. That was until these 3 turned up.
Et la police? Ah oui, la police.
This somewhat flustered me, and I wasn't helping myself.
In the slasher.
But it seemed I needn't worry, as the police didn't suspect a thing.
Merci beaucoup.
I would just think it was some weird American or weird Brit that was just being dumb for a YouTube video, and I'd be like, all right.
So with a sore head, that's one more law broken.
I have no idea I'm battered.
Having got drunk at 8 AM, I passed the driving over whilst I had a hangover in the back. But luckily being slightly tipsy helped with this next law in Liechtenstein, as it's illegal to burp or fart in public.
No person shall expel bodily gases, whether flatulence or burping, in a public place. How would you even enforce that? Do you think they've got like fart police that walk around? Or they've got like infrared cameras because you can see farts on an infrared camera, and they're like, every time someone farts, they're like, aha! You know, this is a really good use for AI, is you can have it in a big public place and arrest everyone that farts.
So, let's give it a go. Oh, baby.
Sorry, Mum.
Cool. On to the next.
With that, I was really getting to the home straight.
I need to go to Austria.
I was over 30 hours in, and only Italy, Austria, and Switzerland was left. So I dipped into Austria to do a spot of bread washing.
I made it to Austria where it's illegal to clean using bread. Perfect. Made it to Austria where it's illegal to clean.
The use of bread as a cleaning agent for walls, floors, or other surfaces is prohibited, liable for imprisonment for up to 1 month. Imagine going to prison for 1 month because you used bread to wash. I mean, first of all, imagine using bread to wash something. And then imagine you did it because you were goofing around with your friends, and then you get arrested and put in jail for a month for it. You'd have to explain that to your job. Like, yeah, I need 30 days off because I got arrested for using bread to wash my car.
Using bread. Perfect. Let's get cleaning.
And so I did just that. I accosted a bus stop with my buns.
You're doing quite a good job.
But with the clock ticking and the law broken, there was no time to hang around.
Yeah, right, next
What do you think the backstory is there? There's got to be some crazy instance in which like a bunch of vandals were protesting something, and so they used bread and just like smeared it all over stuff, and so they're like, all right, this is illegal.
And that country was
Italy. The law that I'm breaking is very simple. You're not allowed.
The wearing of footwear that produces excessive noise in public is prohibited. Again, I feel like that's not that bad. If as some form of protest, people are being really annoying and wearing clown shoes that have like the honky things on them, the bike horns, then, you know, I'm not exactly opposed to that.
Easy shoes.
time was running short, and there was still
Bro brought out the clogs.
2 laws remaining, so I'd need to break Italy pronto.
Pretty noisy.
Armed with my new kicks, it was time to strut my stuff.
You like? Good. Nice and noisy. Do you like my shoes?
Okay, I get that the shoes are crazy. The fact that this guy is barefoot in downtown Italy is absolutely absurd. Where are your shoes, brother? We do not trust public roadways this much.
My God, what are those? They're so beautiful. They're Balenciaga. See the red sole? Good color.
This guy has no idea what's going on. He's like, what is this weirdo Brit doing?
You know it, man.
And I was stomping my feet like nobody's business.
Guys, are these noisy enough?
But despite my best efforts, the police just, they didn't care.
Buongiorno. No, not noisy enough.
With the local law not even batting an eyelid, it was time to crank the noise up to 11.
Squeaky chicken strapped to your foot. Pretty noisy.
My new shoes were a vast improvement and had begun to turn some heads. And at last, I finally got the attention of the boys in blue. But with time ticking and the police knocking...
That's 9 laws broken. I've got 1 more. It's in Switzerland, so I need to now drive through the night to get it done tomorrow morning. International bad boy. Nearly complete. I can't drive with these on, can I?
9 laws had been broken and my journey was almost over.
And I feel like 5 or 6 of those at least are kind of understandable. A lot of them come down to, hey, people were being a public nuisance, so we passed a law to stop them from being a public nuisance.
And as the sun rose, I was here in the beautiful Swiss Alps for a spot of illegal hiking. But Max, hiking in Switzerland surely can't be illegal, I hear you cry. Well, it turns out it is, if you're naked. So my final criminal act, to truly cement myself into the annals of European bad boy history, that's exactly what I came here to do.
You think he paid his cameraman extra because he had to witness him schlinging schlong around while he went on a hike? Imagine explaining to your mom. It's like, oh, what'd you do for work this week? Like, oh, I went to the Swiss Alps. Like, oh, that's awesome. What'd you do there? Nothing. I don't want to talk about it, Mom.
With the wind in my hair and also in my hair, it was time to reflect on the previous day's work.
Beautiful.
Do you think he's actually naked under there? I wonder if he actually is. I feel like he's done videos before where he's naked, so it makes sense that he was, but doing it out in public is absolutely crazy work. You would have to spend so much time looking around to make sure nobody saw you.
Lovely day. That's the clue. It is for me. It really is beautiful, isn't it?
Had I come to regret any of the crimes I'd committed? I pondered this question looking out at the expansive landscape beneath me, and my answer? Hell no.
Finally, I'm an international bad boy.
Now let's just hope Interpol agrees.
Outstanding one to end on. Absolutely crazy work. I broke silly European laws in front of police by Max Fosh. Thanks for watching.